All right, so for the next part of this video, I'm giving you an example to practice on. I found a poster somewhere around campus when we were still allowed to be on campus, took a photo of it. It's not a good looking poster, but I think it's something that's worthy of some sort of analysis, multimodal and rhetorical analysis. So I give you the example. I point out a lot of things that could be discussed, and I give you a lot of guiding questions. So use this next video as a guide for creating your own rhetorical and multimodal analysis. Think about the questions I'm giving you, use them as guiding questions that you can answer for your own multimodal text. So let's take a look at that now.
We can look at one more example for design. That's a real horrible one that I found last semester, obviously from August 14th. And we can kind of just look at it based off of the things that I've talked about, right? If you want to use this as a practice to start analyzing, then you can start thinking about, naturally, where are our eyes drawn on this advertisement, we'll call it, right? It's an event advertisement. Are our eyes naturally drawn up here to the very beginning in the top corner? Are they drawn here to the middle in this huge name? Are they drawn to the cartoon characters? Are they drawn to the random yellow font at the bottom? And we think about why are our eyes naturally drawn there? And should our eyes actually be drawn there? What do we need to focus on first in this poster? There's a lot of information going on in this poster. This poster has way too much text on it to be effective, and that makes our eyes confused. We don't know where to start. It's one of the major problems of this, right? We think about the colors that they're using. Why are they using these specific colors based off of the purpose here? Why are they using a gradient from light blue all the way to very dark blue? Why are they using a gradient from dark red to orange to pink to white, back to pink to orange to red? Why are they using white in the font, yellow in the font, blue in the font, black in the font? These are all things that we want to think about in design choices of color. Why is it organized in this way with two red stripes across it? What do two red stripes represent? Do they have any sort of representation? We can look at the icon of a calendar, and is it necessary? Why would they have it here? The icon of a clock. We can look at alignment, right? Are these things aligned properly where it looks even and nice? Why are they using left alignment, central alignment, left alignment, central alignment? Why are there so many different things to be aligned? Right? Who is the audience for this poster? What is the purpose of this poster? What is the context of this poster? So you can think around all these things. The great thing about analysis is that there's never one exact right answer. It's not like science, it's not like math. Analyzing means that you need to look at something and you need to think about what went into creating this, right? What was happening in the author's mind as this was being created? What were they thinking about with audience? What were they thinking about with purpose? What were they thinking about with context? What sort of design choices were they purposely making? And why do you think they were making these choices? If you can explain to me why you think these choices are being made, and you can explain to me how you came to these conclusions, then you have a strong analysis, right? And you should be supporting that analysis with our sources. If you just tell me, the colors used in this poster are blue, white, red, black, and yellow. It seems like it's made for NU students, and the purpose would be to showcase SimBot. That's not an analysis. That's you identifying. That's you saying, there's one thing to talk about, two things to talk about, and color, done. That is not a proper analysis. So, explain how you came to the conclusions that you got to, right? Use this one as a practice one if you want. Pause the video here and try to figure these things out. This will help you in sort of trying to organize and structure the analysis that you're going to create for blog post number 1. One of the last few things I wanted to show you is in Writer Designer Chapter 2. If you're having trouble figuring out what analysis means in each of these sections. They give you some really good questions to think about when analyzing each of these. So for audience, who is the intended audience? Who might be the secondary audience? What values or opinions do the primary and secondary audiences hold? How does the author use design elements to appeal to these values or opinions? These are great questions to think about and to help guide you as you're creating your rhetorical analysis for blog post number 1. Same thing down here for purpose. What do you consider to be the overall intention for the text? What multimodal elements lead you to this conclusion? Might there be one or more secondary intentions? Why do you think so? And same thing for context. What is the medium? Why do you think the author chose this particular medium over another one? Where did you find the text? What was the publication venue? What were the historical conventions for this type of text? Blah, 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 right? So these are all great lists, great questions to think about when you're looking at and starting to analyze your multimodal text. There's also some really great examples of rhetorical analysis in this chapter. Don't skip the examples, don't skip the touch points. These will give you great ways to structure your rhetorical analysis, right? Something like this, analyzing a website's rhetorical design choices. Some really great questions to think about in here. Here's the actual analysis of that website to see how it works out, how it plays out into what looks like a blog post, kind of. And another great example at the end. Designing a rhetorical analysis, laying it out all in full detail, all for you right here. You just have to read it and figure it out. It's not difficult. So there's lots of resources for you, but you need to read all of these chapters and you need to be able to prove to me that you understand what's going on in all these chapters. That is one of the main ideas of creating these blog posts.
All right, so we'll stop that video there. So just an example for you to look at and showing you a bunch of questions. Use the book when you're creating blog post number 1. Like I said, it basically lays everything out for you. Puts together some really nice rhetorical analysis. So if you're still questioning what is analysis, what is a rhetorical analysis, what is multimodal analysis, all the answers are there for you in chapter 2. So on to the last video.